our work session prior to, so if we're speeding through, it's because we've already lended thorough discussion. So 6.04 is the board policy revision. Motion by Ms. Williams, second by Dr. Edmondson. Are there any questions? Let's begin voting,
I do
please.
want to mention that these have been on the table for 30 days.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Naomi? Ms. Buckner?
Affirmative.
All right, thank you.
Affirmative.
That passes unanimously. 6.05.
Madam Chair, if you recall, we discussed this previously, and there were some adjustments made at your suggestion, so this is the revised version of that based on the suggestions by the board. The land bank agreement, yes, ma'am.
Superintendent is recommending approval of the land bank agreement between the Muskogee County School District and the Columbus Consolidated Government. Is there a motion? Motion by Ms. Williams, second by Dr. Sly. Are there any questions? We're prepared to vote now. Ms. Buckner.
Affirmative. Mrs. Green, I'm actually I've been able to vote using the computer. I'm not sure if,
I didn't know who was marking that. Thank you for letting us know. That
yeah,
passes
I've been
unanimously.
voting.
Thank you.
Okay, so you don't have to ask, I can just vote, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was Karen and her magic. Web-based, all right. 6.06. Superintendent is recommending approval of the school nutrition program procurement plan. Motion
Second.
by Ms. Williams, second by
Second.
Dr. Edmondson. Are there any questions? We're prepared to vote now. That passes unanimously. 6.07.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Williams, second by Dr. Edmondson for the construction upgrades at the Columbus Museum. Are there any questions? We're ready to vote now. That's unanimous. 6.08 is the construction
approve.
upgrades at South Columbus Library. Motion by Dr. Edmondson, second by Ms. Williams. Are there any questions? We are prepared to vote now. That passes unanimously. 6.09 is the project completion resolution for Hardaway High School for the re-roofing project.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Williams, second by Dr. Edmondson. Are there any questions? We're prepared to vote now. That passes unanimously. 6.10 is the project completion for school nutrition resolution. Motion by
Second.
Ms. Williams, second by
Second.
Dr. Edmondson. Are there any questions? We're prepared to vote. That passes unanimously, which moves us to our consent agenda. There's a motion by Ms. Williams,
Second.
second by Dr. Edmondson. Are there any questions? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify for board members, in section 7.11, the professional services contracts there's a contract with a vendor called Solient. There's one remaining term in that contract that we're trying to address with them. We've asked for some advice from the Georgia School Board Association that deals with one of the types of insurance coverage that we ask many vendors to supply to make sure that there's not a gap in coverage between what they provide and what GSBA provides for us. It may not be applicable in this particular instance, but before we said we can do without it, we've asked the folks at GSBA to weigh in and confirm that. So the provision is in this version. It might ultimately come out. I just wanted to let you know that. And then there's one other, the last one on this list, the pediatria healthcare. My partner Melanie is actually working on that. I don't know if this is the final version after her last look at it, so it's possible that some of that might change, but that would just be some details and some of the contract terms. I don't think the dollar amounts and all that are set here, so I just want to let you know that.
What is it you want us to do? Approve it or not?
It's fine. Dr. Slay, it's fine to approve it. I just wanted the board and the public to know that there may be a term or two of the details of those contracts that might change from what you see here. Correct.
Are there any other questions?
Yes, there's not a contract attached for us at all, right?
No,
Yeah,
it should be.
I didn't.
It's down towards the bottom. If you can scroll up, I guess.
I see the agenda item.
Solvents on there. Look, you looking for pediatric?
It's the very last one.
Okay.
It's not a contract, though.
No, it's
It's
not.
not a contract for either one of them.
So on the,
Which is typical, I don't think we get the contract.
Yeah, yes, but he was mentioning that the contract may change, but we're not
terms.
voting on the contract. We're voting on the money amount because we didn't get a copy of the contract for these two items.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Are there any other questions? We're prepared to vote now for the consent agenda. And as always, we want to thank our donors and supporters of public education. All right, consent agenda passes unanimously. Dr. Lewis, if you want to give us an update.
Just wanted to let everyone know that this Saturday afternoon at 2:30 in the Jordan Auditorium, we will have the Honors Orchestra featuring some of the finest talented orchestra members in our district. And I'd like to encourage everyone to come out if you're able to hear a good concert at 2:30. Again, that's at the Jordan Auditorium.
All right, anything else? Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn, second to adjourn, all in favor? Raise your hand. All right, thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Affirmative for me. Okay. Good night. Good night.
I don't know how to disconnect this. Do I just press this?
Yes.
Nice when it goes that.
Yeah, it is.
That I didn't have to.
Providing information covering events, activities, and news from Columbus Consolidated Government. You're watching CCG TV News Watch.
Good morning and welcome to this demolition celebration. I want to welcome you here. This is a great day in our city. We've got our Mayor Pro Tem who's going to come and speak, and Councilwoman Mimi Woodson, who's the city councilor for this district, will speak, but I do want to just pause and recognize a few other people here today. We've got the Mayor's Chief of Staff, Richard Bishop, here with us. We've got our Deputy City Managers, Lisa Goodwin, Deputy City Manager Pam Hodge here. We've got our City Parks and Recreations Director here, Holly Browder. I see the person who handles our demolitions over our Inspections and Codes Division, Director John Hutchison. And then we appreciate partnerships in this community, and a number of our partners are here as we celebrate this demolition. We've got our Chamber of Commerce representative, Brian Solito, here, who's Senior Vice President at the Chamber. We've got Betsy Covington, who's the President and CEO of the Community Foundation here. We've got Mary Sherman here, who is over our Sports Council. Ross Horner, who's here, who's the President and CEO of Uptown Columbus. I see our Assistant City Attorney, Lucy Sheftel, here, and our Deputy Director of Public Works is here, Cal. And so we are going to call on the Mayor Pro Tem at this time for remarks, and he'll be followed by City Councilor Mimi Woodson, and she'll be followed by the Director of Inspections and Codes, John Hutchison, and so Mayor Pro Tem Gary Allen. Let's welcome him this morning.
Good morning. This is a great day, and I am pleased to be here on behalf of the Mayor and Council to begin the demolition process to clean up this property. You know, this is a commitment that the Mayor made, and the Council joined him in this to try to clean up the blight and improve the skyline, the river line, whatever you want to call it, for Columbus, Georgia. And this property is much bigger than I thought. Growing up here, you see the tank, 1 or 2 tanks, and then when you get inside, there's almost a dozen tanks here. So this is a great day for Columbus, as the City Manager said, and I'm looking forward to getting this out, and then find some uses that we can do with the property here. A lot of ideas we have going forward. Somebody have talked about an amphitheater type area with a stage and some recreational uses. So we're going to get the land cleaned up so that the public can utilize it. And I appreciate all the dedication and hard work of our city employees. They either emailed me last night at 11 o'clock about this event this morning, and I appreciate all their help and work. And we thank you for being here today to help us get started on this. Thank you very much. And I think Mimi, Councilor Woodson is coming.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be short and quick. It's really cold out here. But I do want to say that, first of all, I want to thank Almighty God for allowing us to be here at this time when He wants us, and for this great opportunity today. Here's another wonderful thing for South Columbus. We're going to get rid of all these tanks. We're going to get this property ready to give back to the community, to have something productive, something that every taxpayer, everyone can enjoy, not only in the district. So to the staff, you are amazing. We cannot say it much how wonderful you guys are. You see something, you're proactive, you go after it, and you ensure that the community has the best that it could have. So on behalf of District 7 and the City of Columbus, Georgia, I want to say thank you to the staff and to everyone for being here today. Let's go knock this building down.
All right, I'd like to thank W.T. Miller. That is our contractor that's performing the work here locally. They've helped us with a lot of our initiatives, the $1 million for blight, and this is just another project that they're helping us with. The Ports Authority contributed money to here, as well as our budget here for the city, to bring this this demolition to a little bit under $700,000. Right now, these tanks will be torn down, taken away. The large buildings you see will be gone. We'll continue to do some more environmental studies just to make sure there's nothing lingering, but we just want to go ahead and get this part started. The main structure will have engineering out here as well. When we start to do our land disturbance permits, we'll do everything we need to do. So just want to have W.T. Miller come up. Bill wants to say something or not, but we appreciate his work and how he's helped us here with the city, and especially such a unique project such as this and where we got to where we are today.
Thank you, John. Just like to take a quick moment and honor our elected officials and everybody that's been a part of the project. It takes a lot of time to get something like this together, and there's a lot that's been done over the past couple of years as far as planning, and we're also honored to be selected to partner with the City of Columbus on this project. I know all these guys behind us, it's a great team behind us, is honored to be partnered. We like to work at home. We're just talking about that, so this allows a lot of guys to sleep at home and keeps a lot of people employed. So on behalf of W.T. Miller, we appreciate the opportunity to work with y'all.
And let me just also thank the media for being here. I don't know the last time I saw this many cameras at a demolition ceremony. So that means it's important, and the media also recognizes the importance of what's about to happen here today. We've got some good days ahead. And so with that, Mayor Pro Tem and City Councilor and Deputy City Manager, would you come back up here so that, and Chief of Staff, John. And so I really want to, before we move forward, thank the mayor and city council for their vision and for their leadership to see to it that this day is made possible. And I do want to say that this is an important day also to our mayor, the Honorable Mayor Skip Henderson, and he had another engagement and could not be here, another important engagement, but this is important to him. But we have our newly elected Mayor Pro Tem here representing the mayor, Mayor Pro Tem Gary Allen. So, Mayor Pro Tem, do you have any final words? Because if not, I'm ready to knock it down. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready to knock this building, these tanks down? Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
of the old Ports Authority property out here. We're moving forward with demolition with the company here, WT Miller. We got pricing. They came in. They were lowest bidder. We had them come in and start the work after we performed environmental testing on the facility.
And this is just a basic question. This is kind of in line with the city continuing to clean up blight, correct?
Yes, it's just once again we got complaints generally back probably 2015, concerns of odors and smells from this property. So we started to perform studies there to make sure there wasn't anything like that, and working with the Ports Authority to get them into compliance. At this point now, it's just kind of the forest for the trees. A lot of people have a negative connotation of this property, of the tank farm, riding down, leaving from Memorial Stadium or from the Civic Center, and to be able to clear it out and hopefully get somebody interested to do something, commercial development on the property.
And those testings before everything, after all this is torn down, you said that you're going to bring in
There'll be additional testing just to make sure. We made sure within the tanks that are here, we made sure on the property there wasn't any leaking of any materials or hazardous materials. So once this site is cleared again, we'll test it again to make sure that everything's clear.
John, was this project part of the $1 million budget your department received for demolition?
No, this is a totally separate project. This was kind of in the works with community reinvestment, and so part of their funding and with the Ports Authority, it was an agreement once we reacquired the property that we would work with them on clearing the site. So it's a separate funding source.
Does the city have any idea what they're going to do with the property?
Right now it's up in the air. Like I said before, it's just kind of like the forest for the trees. A lot of people have a negative connotation. It's 15 acres out here. Here all the way to the river. It's going to be some prime real estate that then we'll kind of recollect once we perform additional environmental studies. What the final use of these properties can be.
Hi, do you recognize me? Of course you do. I'm Shaquille O'Neal, and you're watching CCG TV in Columbus, Georgia. I love this channel, and I love you.
Denise Wiggins, and you are now tuned into Eye on Columbus. I'm your new host. So I'm going to be telling you about a lot of great things that are going to be happening this year at the Columbus Civic Center. And I have with me Mr. Jeremy Ackles.
Hello. All right, happy to be here.
Jeremy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, yes, I'm Jeremy Ackles. I am the event manager over at the Columbus Civic Center, the center of it all, and super excited. I'm a Columbus native. I went to high school at Central High, and just really a Columbus champion. So, being a part of the Civic Center is a rewarding experience.
All right, Columbus champion. So we have some amazing things going on at the Columbus Civic Center this October. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the upcoming events?
Well, yeah, October is underway, and there's plenty of events that we're super excited about. We have a UFC Fight Pass event coming up, which is really exciting. So for those fight fans out there, this will be a great opportunity for you to see a real live fight right here in Columbus.
Okay.
That's on October the 10th.
October the 10th. So what time does it start?
Well, that event's going to open up doors at 7:30. So get ready for a fight that goes down at 7:30.
All right, 7:30, Columbus Civic Center. Okay.
Right.
What else is going on in October?
All right, well, October, you already know it's classic season. So, we got our Tuskegee Morehouse Classic on the way, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. A lot of people are going to come out, tailgate, Tuskegee, Morehouse, those alumni and those students are going to be there, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So get ready for that. It's going to be packed with different events surrounding that week. So that's something that's coming up, and it's going to consume our entire parking lot. Of course, it's going to be at Memorial Stadium. People are going to be having a lot of fun.
Okay, I cannot wait. Love football season, love the tailgate. So I know the Greater Columbus Fair is coming to the Civic Center October 17th through the 27th.
That's right.
Can you tell us some of the things that we can expect from this year's fair?
Well, you can expect to have as much fun as you did last year, if not more. It's going to be great weather because we moved the date from last year. So hopefully we got some great weather. There's going to be lots of fair vendors, so you can come there, get your fair food, get your fried Snickers or fried Oreos and all the big turkey legs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course the rides, the rides are going to be just as big, and there may be some new rides that come along. And of course the entertainment's going to be there as well. So we're super excited about the fair. There's different theme nights that are associated with the fair, so you can go on our website and check out and see what day you want to come to. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm super excited about the fair as well, especially some of the attractions. I'm really excited about the petting zoo and the flying pages. So at the end of October, are there any other things that we can look forward to at the Columbus Civic Center?
Well, October is that's pretty much it for October. I mean, we got our fair, Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, so the UFC fight, of course. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, that's it for October, and then we're on to November. The events just keep rolling. So for the rest of the year, there are plenty of events that are going on. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
So who's in the fight on October 10th?
Well, that information is on our website. You can go to civiccenter.columbusga.gov, and you can find out more information about the fight.
Okay, so this year at the Greater Columbus Fair, there's also going to be a Snapchat filter. So I want to encourage everyone viewing to go check out our social media pages. On Facebook, we're at Columbus Civic Center. On Twitter, it's COL Civic Center. And on Instagram, Columbus Civic Center.
Yeah, so that's a new addition. We're always adding something new, something fun, so people can engage and feel like they're a part of the fair and all of our events. So thank you for Kenise for getting that together for us.
For sure.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about November because we got a lot of events that are going on, and for those hockey fans out there, get your hockey jerseys and get riled up because November the 1st is hockey. So hockey starts up on November the 1st and it goes all the way through April. So all the hockey fans get ready. The Columbus River Dragons are here and they're ready to get started. So November 1st is the kickoff for hockey, and also in November there are plenty of other things that are going on. We're looking at Fountain City Classic as well. So the Fountain City Classic, remember, it's classic season. So the Fountain City Classic is going to be huge. That's Fort Valley State University and also Albany State. They're going to be clashing heads again. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of talking and bragging rights being held. So we don't know who's going to win this year. You know, I went to Troy University, so I'm going to let y'all have the rivalry there. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of people come out, tailgate, and enjoy themselves. So we're looking forward to that positive atmosphere again.
Okay, so I'm glad that you brought up the River Dragons. Speaking of ice, we also have the Columbus Ice Rink. I want to encourage everyone to come out to the Columbus Ice Rink and skate.
Yeah, definitely come out, skate. Public skating is always a great, fun thing for people to do in our city. Definitely try it out. If you've done any kind of skating, then you go out there. It's a new experience for you. So again, all that information is on our website for you to review and see how you can get engaged with our ice skating rink.
So there's a lot of events in October and November. If we want tickets, how can we get tickets?
Well, it's very easy. Again, our website is fully loaded, and you're able to go on there and purchase tickets through Ticketmaster, and you can go to any event that you like.
Also, the Columbus box office, Columbus Civic Center box office. We're always selling tickets at the box office as well.
Absolutely. You come right on down, and our box office is open, and the hours, again, are posted on our website, and you can come and get a ticket.
Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more going on at the Columbus Civic Center. We'll be back right after these commercials.
I volunteer.
Step up. I volunteer.
Cool. I volunteer.
We volunteer.
And I volunteer.
Hi, I'm Sally Goins, the volunteer coordinator here at Columbus Animal Care and Control, and we would love to have you come and help make a difference. If you're interested in volunteering, please call me at 706-225-4666 or email me at animalcontrol@columbusga.org.
Welcome back to Eye on Columbus. Jeremy, tell us a little bit more about the events that are going on in October.
Well, October is a fun month. You know, we have our Tuskegee Morehouse Classic that's going down. So it's about that time of year. It's time for those two schools to clash, and it's going to be a lot of fun. People are going to be tailgating. The football game will be out there, the bands. It's a great atmosphere. So we're really excited about that and hosting that outside of the Civic Center. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But before that, we have the Island Fight 60 on UFC Fight Pass. So that's a big fight that's going on. It's mixed martial arts. We got some big guys going at it. So it's going to be really fun to sit there and watch those guys, you know, do their mixed martial arts. And, you know, it's a lot of fun to watch a fight. It's been a while since we had an event like that here. So for those fight fans, get ready. It's that time. We're going to have a fight here in Columbus. So, you know, you don't want to miss it, you know, because it's been a long time. So
I can't wait for the mixed martial arts fight. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
So the fair is October 17th through the 27th, and we have a lot of great promotions for the fair this year. The opening night is October 17th, and it's Buddy Night. Buy one Buddy Pass and get another Buddy Pass free. So that's a great promotion for the kids. We have a ton of different things going on. We also have Friday. Friday is $1 fried Oreos. If you love fried food, we'll have lots of promotions for different fried foods like corn dogs, fries, etc. at the fair. Monday is Mommy Monday. Monday, moms can get a all-inclusive wristband for $25. And they get one free. Super Wednesday, bring 3 cans and get 3 wristbands for $33. That is a great deal. We also have 1 hour free on Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. You can get in the fair for 1 hour free. Lastly, on October 23rd, we have Dollar Night. Dollar Night rides and admission will be $1. So definitely come out and see everything that we have going on for the Greater Columbus Fair this year.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget about those rides either, because you know you're not too big, you're not too small to get out there and get on a ride. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. You know, even now, you know, they got the ones that take you all upside down, and you have to, you know, it's a fun, it's a thrill. So get ready for that. You mentioned the food. I'll be out there enjoying me some food, and I'm sure everybody else will. Fried Oreos, the turkey legs, they'll all be there. The kids should have a lot of fun too. They're going to have, you know, different exotic animals and other types of attractions for the kids. So definitely, the fair is going to be a lot of fun.
And I also want to include that there is going to be lots of security, so you will feel safe at this year's Greater Columbus Fair.
Absolutely. All right, so that's it for October. Going into November, you know, hockey fans, get ready. It's that time of year. The Columbus River Dragons are kicking off on November the 1st, and they are ready to take you all the way through. I mean, the same excitement that you had before, you'll get again with the Columbus River Dragons. So from November all the way through April, there are going to be plenty of games for you to come and enjoy. Just visit our website, and you can find the schedule there.
Okay, so also in November, I heard that Fantasia is coming to the Civic Center, and I'm so excited. Fantasia, Robin Thicke, Tank, and the Bonfire.
You heard right. That's right. Fantasia, November 24th is going down. It's going to be a great event. Lots of people love Fantasia. Robin Thicke, you know, he's on a show right now, The Masked Singer, so he's hot. You know, Tank, he's got that song out there, so everybody loves that one. And the Bonfire, so a lot of great music for different types of people, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I can't wait. Fantasia definitely puts on a show. She kicks those shoes off and she goes at it. So I'm really ready to see Fantasia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's also a basketball game in November. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. Basketball is underway as well. This is the All-Star High School Basketball Tournament. So there'll be different basketball teams from different high schools throughout the state of Georgia that'll be right here in Columbus, going head to head. Teams that you wouldn't normally see face off. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, teams from Atlanta, teams from, you know, South Georgia, all over Georgia. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Even some teams from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, check out our website and you can find more information about that as well. But that is going to be on November 26th.
November 26th. So we have Fantasia November 24th, and then we have the basketball game on November 26th.
That's right.
So it sounds like there's going to be a great month in November as well.
That's right. November's going to be a lot of fun, and let's not forget, last but not least, the cheerleading competition. GHSA cheerleading competition, the state competition. This is it. This is where it all goes down. This is where those cheerleaders have been working hard all year long to compete in this competition, and it is very intense. So for those who are fans of the sport, this is the premier event for cheerleading, and that's going to be on from November 15th and November 16th.
And I'm really excited to see the girls compete. I was a cheerleader at Central High School, so I remember competing in the GHSA competition, and it's very competitive.
Oh yeah. How did y'all do?
We did good. We did very good.
Well, yeah. These are times that those cheerleaders will never forget. So it's very, very intense. And again, Fountain City Classic, November 9th. It's going to be a great time as well. So Albany State, Fort Valley State University, those schools are going to be going head to head. So get ready to talk about those bragging rights until the next following year. So Fountain City Classic is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, so can we give the viewers a brief rundown from October to November of all the events that are going to take place at the Columbus Civic Center?
All right. Well, yeah. Again, the UFC Fight Pass, Tuskegee Morehouse. We got our fair, of course. We already talked about the Fountain City Classic is coming up. Basketball, All-Star High School Basketball. Fantasia, featuring Robin Thicke, Tank, and Bonfire. And the cheerleading competition. So that's November, and then December, of course, there's some annual events like the Needy Children's Christmas Party that's going to take place from Davis Broadcasting. They always do that. It's very nice. And our event calendar is on our website as well for anybody that's inquiring and want to know more about what's going on. So that takes you all the way through 2019, and 2020 is looking pretty good too.
Okay, so it's safe to say that the Columbus Civic Center, the center of it all, is lit for 2019, October and November.
That's right. And like I said, 2020 is going to be a lot of fun too. I mean, there's a lot of different types of events that are going on at the Civic Center that we're really excited about. I mean, you know, events potentially like The Price is Right, which is a game show, could potentially be coming to our Civic Center. Also, big comedy names like Mike Epps. Also for 2020, things to look forward to. Rodeos are coming, Disney on Ice, a lot of those annual events.
And I also want to tell the viewers that Cirque du Soleil Axel tickets are now on sale. You can purchase those tickets online or at the box office. Axel is an ice show, and it's great for teenagers and women who love a love story.
That's right. Cirque du Soleil is really big, and it's going to be huge. Tickets are on sale for that. So looking forward to a lot of good events in 2020. I mean, even the robotics competition coming up in 2020, and a lot of those annual events like the Spring Fling. We're talking about the fair. We also have another one in the spring called the Spring Fling that's coming up. So
it's something for everyone.
That's it.
So we want to thank you so much for tuning into this segment of Eye on Columbus. Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you next time.
And welcome to Learning with the Dogs. My name is Rhea Bentley, and I'm the County Director for UGA Extension here in Columbus. We have a great show in store for you today, so sit back and relax, and we'll be right back.
And welcome back to Learning with the Dogs. My name is Lazavia Greer, and I work with UGA Extension as far as the FNIP, which is Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Supervisor for the nutrition program. Today I have some great recipes. As you know, it's football season. We're doing a lot of tailgating, a lot of outdoor parties still while it's still hot, and I have some great healthy recipes that I think that you will enjoy. The first thing we're going to do is mini pepper nachos, and then we're also going to make cheeseburger meatballs, so like a smaller version of your regular meatball. So the first recipe I will start with is the nachos with the peppers. So I just bought some mini peppers at the grocery store, and I cut them in half, seeded them, and took the stem out, so took the middle part out, and I basically just put these in the oven for 12 minutes on 400. Then I have some ground turkey with salsa. I used cumin, garlic powder, and chili powder. And mix that all together and have my meat for the inside of the nachos. And then I will top it with cheese and some cilantro. So first thing, once they come out the oven, you just want to spoon it into the peppers, like so. When you go to your tailgate parties, you want to have recipes that are easy to grab, finger food items. And this is a great recipe. And I did double my meat so I can have enough in each pepper. Okay. Spoon works best for this, a little small spoon. And also the peppers that are a little longer fit better with the meat, but we don't judge peppers. But it does make a difference in putting them in our peppers. Keep doing that. The salsa gives it a, better flavor in the meat too, without having to dip it. So it's already flavored in the meat, so that's a good thing. It's okay if it gets a little messy. Do it to you. And I did use a large bag of peppers. It's up to you. They have different sizes in the store, but I just used one large. That's why I had to make sure I had enough meat. Looks like we're gonna have some extra. Use for another recipe. Almost done here. Okay, looks good. Missed one little baby one right here. Good. So it says you want to put the meat in there immediately after you take them out of the oven. So now I'm going to top them with cheese. It's optional, or not optional, but after you put your cheese on there to really melt the cheese, it's a good idea to put it back in the oven under the broiler for like 2 or 3 minutes. And feel free to use as much cheese as you like. I did get the reduced fat cheese. Cut down on our fat content. And then our cilantro. Just sprinkle that over. And there you have it, pepper nachos. Okay, for our next recipe, we're gonna use meatballs, and it's basically making a mini version of your cheeseburger. So like I said, we wanna make sure that we're using small finger-like foods for our parties. I'm gonna use gloves for this because touching everybody's meatball. So I have ketchup and mustard here for your dipping, but we also are going to use cherry tomatoes and romaine lettuce, and you can use whatever lettuce you like. Spinach is another option as well. So what I did is I got my meatballs already frozen, but if you want to make your meatballs, that's fine, but just make sure that they're meatball size. You want to put them in the oven, cook them, and then after they come out the oven, you want to cut up square American cheese, and this is just the sliced cheese, and I just cut it into 4s, and then I place them on, if you can see, I placed them on each individual meatball, and then I put it back in the oven to fully melt. I'm gonna show you this here. And then once you do that, you get your skewer or stick or whatever you want to use. The first thing you're gonna do is get a tomato, and these are cut in half. Put that first. I'm gonna use a piece of lettuce. I'll do 2. There's also an option if you eat bacon, you can use bacon as well. I just decided to skip the bacon for the cheeseburger, just to have plain cheeseburgers, but it's an option. And then once you get this here, you're just gonna grab your meatball and you're gonna stick it in like this. And you have a mini cheeseburger. I'm gonna do a couple more so you can see how it looks. And this one is pointy on the end, which definitely helps as far as sticking your, fold it like this, stays a little better. And I did use turkey meatballs. Like I said again, it's a little healthier than beef, and also saves on the fat content again. So I hope that you use these recipes for your next party, and stay tuned. We'll be right back with Learning with the Dogs.
Don't miss the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a cat fight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 12th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the classic events, including the classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Welcome back to Learning with the Dogs. I am Tracy Saxton, the Family and Consumer Science Educator with the University of Georgia Cooperative Extension Program in Muskogee County. Today is going to be a very good learning day for us to learn about packing a safe lunch. Everyone, learning and reintroducing best practice for packing a safe lunch is what we're going to focus on today. First, let's be reminded of a few rules. Our first rule we want to think about and to learn is how to keep your packed lunch safe. Main thing, you need to clean. You need to wash your hands before handling the foods. For example, ready to go eat snacks, tangible fresh fruits on the go. Also, wash your food and preparation surface, your utilities, and your countertops with soap water. Next, the next rule we need to keep in mind is to separate the items. Ideally, we want to use maybe resealable bags, maybe a zip bag, or we can use our containers. Now, our containers here are plastic and easy to open and clasp. So that makes sure we don't have any spills. And also it's a prevention from the food crushing. And also it's also a prevention for the foods to receive other flavors from the other foods inside of your lunchbox. Another rule we need to keep in mind is chill. Not chill as in relaxing. That was a joke. Ways to keep the lunches cold if they're required to be a cold temperature. And one smart way is an ice pack, or some people may say a freezer pack. Now, it's recommended. However, if you don't feel like going to the store or do not have a freezer pack on hand, a smart thing to do is your juice box. You can freeze your juice box, or you can freeze the water in your water bottles and utilize that in your insulated lunch box as a freezer pack for your lunch. The recommended temperature for the cold temperature is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, what type of lunch bag is recommended? I'm glad you asked. This is a tin lunch bag, but we want the lunch bag to have insulation inside. You don't see the insulation inside, but just picture that. It will have like a gray cushion type filling. And what that does, that keeps the temperature inside of your lunch bag so you can remain fresh food for your lunch. Also, what's recommended is for it to be easily to be cleaned. Next, easy to open. This clasp shows that. And lightweight. Also, the main thing with those insulating lunch bags, we want it to be a waterproof resistance or waterproof lining. Packing your lunches with utilizing these best practices, those rules: clean, separate the items, and chill, not relaxing. And also keeping in mind your child would eat nutritiously and safely.
Don't miss the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a catfight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 12th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the classic events, including the classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Welcome back to Learning with Adults. I am Blacia Jones, supervisor with Healthy Families under the UG Extension. And today I am talking to you about routines and transitioning. Yes, school has started back, so many of our youngest learners have transitioned and returned back to school. I'm sure there are many things that demand your attention right now during this time. Today, I will share some helpful tips that will assist you in transitioning during this school year. You are key to your child's successful transition. So first, let's talk about this. Talk to your child about the changes of daily routines, such as the morning routine. So in your morning routine, talk to your child about brushing his teeth, getting dressed, eating a healthy breakfast, checking the backpack, and driving your child to the school or the bus stop. Read books about going to school to help your child with becoming more comfortable with what is happening. Get your child used to saying goodbye and that anticipation of that happy reunion when your child is picked up. So creating that special goodbye. Here's an activity. What you can do for step one is read a book about going to school with your child. Talk with him or her and find out how he feels about the new transition. Decide with him or her how you will say your special goodbye. Example of special goodbyes are: give your child 3 big hugs. Place a special heart necklace you've made together around your child's neck. Blow kisses. Say, "I love you always." Or construction paper with art materials and make an art project or a book that will help your child go away and go over the plan of goodbye. Practice your goodbyes daily. As your child has gotten into the habit of school, continue each morning talking with your child about the expectations of her or his day. Assure what you and your child will do together when you come for pickup. Get your child to school in an appropriate time to help your child settle in. Think about how well your routines are working and adjust them as you need. So such as my after school routine. So when your child comes home, have that after school routine. Emptying the backpack, having a snack, relaxing and unwinding, and doing some homework. And then later, prepare your baby for bedtime. So that would consist of taking a bath, putting on pajamas, brushing the teeth, listening to a bedtime story, using the potty, or getting tucked into bed with hugs and kisses. So I hope you find that these tips are helpful, and here are some stories that you can read to your baby or your child for a good night routine, bedtime routine. So I hope these tips are helpful, and we wish you and your family much success in this school year.
Don't miss the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a cat fight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 12th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the classic events, including the classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Hi, I'm Skip Henderson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia. We are producing a few videos that are going to hopefully help you navigate the process of government. How-to videos, everything from how to adopt a pet to how to get a pothole fixed, how long should it take. Now, we're going to start with our 311 system, which is our intake system. For almost anything you need to get done in government, you can dial 311 and it starts there. Now don't forget, if you have a medical emergency or a law enforcement emergency, you still dial 911. For everything else, it's 311. Let's go take a look.
Hello, I'm Tiasha Johnson, the manager for the 311 Citizen Service Center. 311 benefits the citizens of Muskogee County in a number of ways. If there is a drainage problem in your neighborhood, dial 311 for help. If a property is a public eyesore with high weeds, illegal dumping, broken windows, dial 311. If you see litter in your area, dial 311. Or maybe if you see damaged street signs or traffic signals not working properly, dial 311. If you have garbage concerns like missed trash pickup, misplaced cans, or if you're requesting a recycling container, dial 311. 311 is available for citizens to speak to a live agent Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Citizens can also email us at citizenservices@columbusga.org, submit an online request on our city's website at www.columbusga.gov, or on our Facebook account at 311 Citizen Service Center. Just remember, 311 is the direct line to local city government. Simply dial 311 from your phone or 706-653-4000. 311's mission is to provide essential services to the citizens of this community.
Thanks, Tiasha. I hope that information helped you. By the way, keep in mind if you dial 311 and end up in a nice conversation with a lovely lady from Albany, Georgia, sometimes the cell service routes us to the wrong community, but you can still reach your intake center by dialing 706-653-4000. Thank you.
I'm Zabria Roberts, and I'm a 4-H'er here in Muskogee County.
So I invited Zabria here today to speak with us a little bit about what 4-H has to offer our high school students. So Zabria, tell us a little about you.
I am an 11th grader here in Columbus, and I'm also a dual enrollment student. I participate in FBLA, the Youth Advisory Council, and Yoga Club, as well as 4-H.
So what was your first activity that you participated in as a 4-H'er?
My first activity in 4-H was the pea nutrition competition I did a while back. Basically a competition that involves making a recipe that involves peanuts.
So what are some of the 4-H activities you are involved in now?
I'm currently involved in DPA, which is District Project Achievement. I'm also a team leader as well as a STEM ambassador.
So what is DPA?
DPA, as I said, is District Project Achievement, and it's where throughout the whole year we collect everything that we've done and make a portfolio, and we take that portfolio as well as a competition and something that we like to do, interest of ours, and we take it and we compete with it against other 4-H'ers.
So what is your category?
My category is communications.
Okay, great. So this year you are a Georgia 4-H STEM ambassador, and what does that mean, and what was the application process like?
That means that I, amongst a couple of others here in Georgia, we decided to, go ahead and fill out that application online and take the chance and become an ambassador in 2 different tracks. So you have the healthy living track and then you have the STEM track. And so I chose the STEM one.
So why did you choose STEM?
I chose STEM because for a while now I've done like different STEM activities and I really enjoy the whole aspect of it.
So I see that you have all these ingredients out here. So what will we be doing today?
Today we're going to be making ice cream in a bag.
Okay. And why do you choose this activity for your STEM lesson?
I chose this activity for my STEM lesson because 1, who doesn't like ice cream? And 2, it is a fun way to show how easy and fun science can be, and you're still learning something.
So, what are the steps needed to make ice cream in a bag?
Okay, to make ice cream in a bag, you're going to start with a bowl or a container of ice, and you're going to put your salt on top of it.
So how much salt?
We're going to put 5 tablespoons of salt onto our ice.
Okay.
Yeah, just going to spread it throughout the ice.
Ooh, I can hear it crackling.
Yeah. So the ice and the salt is basically a chemical reaction, which is what makes this science, is because when the ice and the salt get together, the salt is lowering the freezing point of the ice. So when you put it in contact with other things such as our heavy cream and our sugar, it'll take all of the heat out of it, freezing it faster.
Okay. So what's next?
Now we're going to take a Ziploc bag. Yes. And we are going to put our heavy cream, sugar, and vanilla inside of the bag.
Okay. You want me to hold the bag?
Yeah, you can hold the bag. And I'm going to start with the heavy cream. We're going to put, we're going to put 1 cup of heavy cream in there. Okay. Now we're going to take our tablespoon and we're going to put a tablespoon of sugar in there. And then now we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. There we go. Now you're going to seal your bag, trying to get all the excess air out of there. It's really important.
How important?
It's like crucial.
Okay. What next?
Okay. So now you're going to put it in your bowl.
Okay.
And you're going to try to get it down in there. Give me that.
Sorry, freezing.
Yes. So try to cover up your mixture with the ice. And now we're going to shake it. You want to shake it?
So, and how long are we going to shake this?
We're going to shake it for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. So obviously this is not for consumption because we haven't followed health safety protocols with the gloves and stuff. So in 10 to 15 minutes, the kids will have ice cream to eat, correct? So what do you think that the kids will take from this or learn from this activity?
Well, besides that ice cream is good and all, I hope that they take that science can be fun as well as different subjects under the STEM umbrella. It can be fun and you can also still learn from it.
So how has 4-H helped you now and how do you think 4-H will help you in the future?
4-H has helped me in ways of networking with people and getting to know more people, as well as bettering my public speaking skills, learning more about the communication aspects or how to build a resume. It's just helped me overall.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon with Learning with the Dogs.
Don't miss the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a cat fight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 12th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the classic events, including the classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Welcome back. My name is Tammy Keith and I'm with our Parents as Teachers Home Visitation Program. And today we want to talk to you a little bit about the basics, which you've probably heard about all over Columbus right now. So in the Chattahoochee Valley, we are looking at some basic ways that parents can help their children create a good foundation for school readiness. And so today we're actually talking about one of those 5 basics, and that's the count, group, and compare. So we're looking at some early foundations for math and some ways that you can do this very simply every day. So we really want you to incorporate it into your daily routine. So counting, for instance, using some of the toys that are available, just being able to count those things as you're stacking Legos with your child, as you're playing with balls. If you have the magnetic numbers on the refrigerator, adding to that. So if I see a number 2, putting 2 things there. So I really start to understand, what does 2 look like when I hear that word. It's not just enough that we teach them to count numbers by rote. We also want them to understand, what does a 3 look like and what does that mean. So we do want you to count things and count often, and we want you to let, have children count them and touch them as they count them. Incorporate it into your daily routines, even when you're not playing with toys. How many handfuls of clothes do we have that need to go into the washing machine? How many socks are coming out of the dryer? How many cups of water can we fit into the bucket? Those simple things. We want to be able to gather some things together and count them, divide them in half, count them again, divide them again, count them again. How many groups do we have? So we really want counting to be part of everything that you do. We also think about, as we're walking, count the number of steps it takes us to get from the kitchen to the bathroom. How many steps does it take us to get from the car to the house? So those things are ways that we can add numbers and counting into our daily routine with our children. We also want you to get them to start looking at things, how they're alike and how they're different. And so for us to be able to group things together, we usually look at either their same color, they may be the same shape. We look at how things are alike or how they are different. So we want to group things. And so using some of the same toys that we may count, we can also divide them into groups. How many yellows? Let's put all the yellows over here. Let's separate the greens. So we can definitely separate and group by color. So what we're looking at are those attributes or those characteristics of things that will allow us to put them together. We could easily take all of these toys as well and say, well, let's just find all the ones that are squares. Let's find all the ones that are rectangles. Let's find all the ones that are circles and separate that way as well. But we can also be looking, as we're out walking, we can look for shapes, we can look for color, we can look for things that are tall, things that are short, what things have leaves on them, what things do not. We can also, when we're doing the laundry, matching the socks together, having just the socks there and let your child match the ones that go together, so we can start grouping that way. And we can, when we sort our laundry, being able to say we put shirts here, we put shoes here, we put socks, we put pants, sorting that out, having them know that there's a reason that all these things are grouped together, what characteristic, what attributes puts them together. And then we want to be able to compare. So after we've kind of counted a few things and we've learned to sort, let's also compare what we've done. Let's look at how these things are either the same, and if they're not the same, how are they different? So comparison also gives us that idea of how we reason through things. So one of the simplest ways to do is looking at things that are maybe big or small, looking at 2 things and say, which one's the big one, which one's the small one? We really want to start using the language of math. So we're looking at big and small, we're looking at large, we're looking at little, we're looking at tall and short, we're looking at full and empty. Those words that are sometimes think of as opposites, but also give us an attribute that makes things comparable. So one thing to do this is with toys. We can do big and small with blocks. We can do it with cups. We can look at, even in the bathtub, can have some bathtub fun with water, with 2 of the same types of cups, especially clear, to be able to pour water and say which one has more, which one has less. So more and less, those are 2 concepts that children need to start to understand. Then once we've got that, where I can take 2 things and I can find the big one and the small one, or I can find full and less, then we add a third in there. So if we have 3 cups, we can find the big one, we can find the small one. But now we can introduce biggest and smallest because we have something that's not the biggest and something that's not the smallest. So as we add more in there, we start to look at seriation, and we can go from biggest all the way down to smallest, and we start to order things. We can compare things. So simple things to do at home when we're not playing with toys. We can also look at as we're sorting those socks to fold them, which ones are the big socks? Whose socks are the small socks? Whose socks are the largest socks? So we really can look at things that are in our home to get a better idea of that. We can also look at the height of all our family members. Who's the tallest? Who's the shortest? Who's in between? We can go from tallest to shortest. So there's ways that we can work this in to our daily routine. Looking at the size of everybody's shoes, the size of everybody's feet or hands, gives us a good way to start using some of that math vocabulary. So we encourage you to get out there, use books from the library to encourage counting and read about how to group things. One of my favorite books is Feast for 10, so it is a counting book, but it also groups things. So we're looking at groups of tomatoes and potatoes, and we compare which one's got the larger group, which one does not. So there's a lot of math that can go on while we're reading as well. We want to start using those math words and start a good foundation for that, so that then they can build on that as we get ready for school. So we hope you explore the Basics website here in Chattahoochee Valley and get some more information. You can also get information from the local libraries who are also supporting this initiative here in Columbus. And you can also call us if you want more information about the Basics or anything you've seen on TV today. And that's at 706-643-4200. Thank you.